Today, I got GOAT on GOAT on GOAT. GOAT's on full display. And Shannon Sharpe, I remember the Chicago Tribune headline the day after Michael Jordan won his 6th championship, 6-0 in the NBA Finals. It was the joy of 6. The joy of 6 cases. I've got the joy of 6 cases of Diet Mountain Dew today. You know, for what Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. did yesterday, I got to give this a standing ovation. Way to go, Tommy. Woo!
You know what, Skip? I was going to have to pause because had my homeboy lost, I don't know who they had to fill in, but I wouldn't come today.
Bring on my homeboy. Bring on the topic, Jenny.
You
Let's
weren't gonna
get
come?
to it.
Shannon, don't worry. We'll get to you.
Yeah, I know he's feeling good right now.
We will talk about Aaron Rodgers and his future. But, Skip, if you want to say it with me, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady is heading to another Super Bowl. Brady started out hot, passing for 202 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half and a 21-10 lead. 3 second-half Brady interceptions allowed Aaron Rodgers and the Packers to make it a 1-score game, but they opted to kick a field goal with 2 minutes left instead of going for it on 4th and goal and never got the ball back. So, Shannon, what is the biggest reason the Bucs won this game?
Their defense stepped up again. Their defense was spectacular when they needed to be, and that's why it's so difficult to win championships in football, because it really takes all 3 phases. It takes your special teams, your offense, your defense, and especially if one of those units is not playing particularly well. Now, Tom Brady and the offense played extremely well in the first half, gave them some cushion, and then in the second half, when he turned the ball over 3 times, they shut the door. Three quicks. I think they went 2 and out. 3 and out, Skip. And that was really the difference in the ball game. I thought Aaron Rodgers played well, but he didn't play great when he needed to play great, Skip. You needed to cash one of those turnovers in and get 7 points. Like Tampa did against you. They cashed your turnovers in. They got 14 points. You got 3 takeaways. You got 6 points. If someone had told me that they're going to coach Tom Brady into 3 turnovers, and they're going to lose this game, I wouldn't have believed them. I said, if Tom Brady turns the ball over 3 times, this is going to be a blowout in Green Bay's favor. But the defense, I underestimated just how good the ferocity of Tampa's pass rush. Shaq Barrett showed why they franchise tagged him, gave him $19 million. JPP, Skip, they were relentless on the edge. So you took it, and I think the thing is that what I overestimated is that I look at the job that they did against the Rams, but the Rams' pressure does not come from the edges. It comes from the inside, and their best inside interior rusher, Skip, was banged up. So that's me. I overestimated how good the tackles were, because what happened is the right tackle that's playing left tackle should have been your right tackle, and your right tackle that's starting should have been your swing tackle, Skip, or the guy that can play either side if one of those guys get hurt. But give those guys credit. The Packers, 2 TD drives on 2 TDs on 4 drives inside the 10-yard line, Skip. That's the difference in the ball game. And this year in the red zone, the Packers hadn't been good, Skip. They had been historically great. Devontae and Aaron has been historically great in that area. And yesterday they came up blank. Aaron is going to look back and he's going to look at this game. And he's going to say the one that he threw, I think he tried to force it in there to, I don't know, I think it was maybe Adams or Lazard. I don't remember, Skip. But he had clear sailing to the right. He had looked inside.
To Devontae. At the goal line. Yep.
He had him, Skip. He had him right where he wanted him. He looked inside so everybody, and when he was going to throw the ball, JPP stopped. So now all you got to do is race Ndamukong Suh from the back. Give the Bucs credit. They came out, they jumped on him early, but I thought really the telltale, Skip, is 8 seconds on the clock right before the half. I don't know why Mike Pettin would call it single high safety, leave the guy one-on-one. In a situation like that, you say nothing cheap, nothing deep. Nobody gets over your head. Skip, if you study tape, what does Tom Brady like to do right before the half? He's going to take a shot. Remember against the Vegas Raiders? What did he do, Skip? Right before the half. He going to take 1 shot.
He doesn't do it every time, but he has a history of it.
He says, because he's thinking like this, Skip. I can get a big play or I get a PI, which would be the equivalent of, I'm going to make sure it's not going to get intercepted because I'm going to throw it over your head. And boom. That deflated them, and then you come out your first drive of the second half, you get the turnover, and what should have been a 14-10 going into the half, Skip, all of a sudden it's 28-10. Give the Buccaneers credit. They did an outstanding job defensively. They held on. They covered. That defense, again, covered for Tom Brady, because I don't think Tom Brady played. He didn't play well. He played great the first half, but he was a dud the second half. But the Bucs defense came to play, and they did an outstanding job on Aaron Rodgers in the red zone.
My turn.
You see it differently?
First, I'm going to go big picture.
Okay.
I just want our viewers out there, our fans out there, especially our younger fans, to step back and try to behold what just happened. Try to let it all spill into your psyche and comprehend what just got pulled off. Tom Brady, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., at age 43, the GOAT, just went to Lambeau Field and outplayed the man I call the phony GOAT on his own frozen tundra in an NFC championship game. The GOAT, the greatest New England Patriot ever, who got pushed out the back door by his quote-unquote GOAT coach, said, "Okay, Coach Belichick, watch this. I'm going to go join the Succaneers, the franchise with the worst winning percentage in sports history, and I'm going to take a team that went 7-9 last year, albeit a talented team with 2 Pro Bowl wideouts, and I'm going to teach them, and I'm going to inspire them, and I'm going to instill in them the Patriot way in what I call Tampa Bay, and we're going to go on a run." And they went on an unprecedented run on the road as a wild card team against 3 straight top 10 defenses. At Washington, 2nd in yards allowed. At New Orleans, 4th in yards allowed. That's in the regular season. And then yesterday, culminating in the NFC division or bracket, at Green Bay against the team that allowed the 9th fewest yards, so another top 10 defense, but a pass defense ranked 5th overall by Pro Football Focus. So just for the record and perspective, while LeBron was able to dodge the Clippers in the bubble and then get the Heat without Dragic and without their heart and soul Bam, who got hurt in game 1, obviously both, and lost mostly for the rest of the finals, Brady just did it the hardest way. Road, to get to a home Super Bowl. And I told you from the start, he saw this as his greatest opportunity to be the first team ever to play in a home Super Bowl. And by golly, he just pulled that off. He did it at age 43. He took this team that didn't know how to win, and he taught them how to make more plays than the #1 seed on the frozen, hallowed tundra of Lambeau Field.
While he was showing them how to win, he was gagging in the second half.
Oh, really? Okay, well, I'm going to get to gagging because I'm going to show you what you missed, what points you missed. So let's talk first about the first half, shall we? Tom Brady simply played the greatest first half of his whole playoff life yesterday at Lambeau Field. He threw for 202 yards, and you know what he knew he had to do? They've been getting off to slow starts all year long. See the Mahomes game back on November 28th, which we're about to talk full bore about, when Tom got off to a horrendously slow start, but then came back like gangbusters. But in this game, he knew the psyche of Aaron Rodgers is you cannot let him front run on that frozen tundra, because if you do, he will run you out of that building, that hallowed building. So he said, I'm going to set the tone. I'm going to send a message to my team and to the Packers. I'm going to take this game over in the first half. And did he ever, against the 5th-ranked pass defense by Pro Football Focus? If we could just see what happened on the opening drive of the game, he just goes right down the field, and he goes 3rd and 4. This is actually 3rd and 7. That's to Mike Evans. And then this is 3rd and 4 to Chris Godwin. And then 3rd and 9 to Mike Evans for a touchdown. It's 3 straight, fairly 3rd and longs that he completes and converts. And it smacked of what he did in overtime at Kansas City in the AFC Championship game, except this time he's setting the tone against Aaron Rodgers in this game, the NFC Championship game, by putting Aaron on his heels, making him fight, making him doubt, making him think, I gotta, because this guy's coming after me in my own house. We saw what happened to Aaron Rodgers when they came after him after he jumped to a 10-0 lead at Tampa Bay. He folded like a lawn chair at a Tampa retirement home. And Brady knows if you keep the heat on him, he will come apart. And I believe Aaron Rodgers came apart in the fourth quarter of this game thanks to the early onslaught, 200.
Why it's so difficult to win championships in football, because it really takes all three phases. It takes your special teams, your offense, your defense, and especially if one of those units is not playing particularly well. Now, Tom Brady and the offense played extremely well in the first half, gave them some cushion, and then in the second half, when he turned the ball over 3 times, they shut the door. Three quicks. I think they went 2 and out. 3 and out, Skip. And that was really the difference in the ball game. I thought Aaron Rodgers played well, but he didn't